Thank you, Madam Chair. And Senator Lumberger, I don't know if it was you who asked the question or somebody in a sidebar asked the question about enforcement of this. And what first we have to talk about what the bill really does. And I think Senator Heath touched on this very, very well, is that what this bill does is it seeks to create a new avenue to tax internet sales in Colorado for the first time ever. For companies that don't have a presence in the state of Colorado. And it is a regulatory attempt to get around the Supreme Court ruling in Quill. And the representative of the tax department that came and explained how the bill is going to work, it said that very, very clearly. They believe, like Senator Johnston read, that there is an open framework to use the regulatory authority of the state of Colorado to do what the Supreme Court says a state couldn't do under Quill, which is make an out-of-state retailer collect and remit state sales taxes. That instead they can effectively regulate these out-of-state companies and force them then effectively to report to the Department of Revenue the total purchases made by each Colorado resident in a calendar year, so that then the Department of Revenue, who can't force this out-of-state company to collect and remit this tax, so the Department of Revenue can then start sending residents of Colorado bills for their use tax for things purchased over the internet. So it's an enforcement by audit. So you'll be sitting there in your house minding your own business, and you go get your mail at the end of January, early part of February, and you will get a bill from the Department of Revenue saying that you owe use taxes for your internet purchases for the previous year. That's how it's going to work. That's the only way they can get this money, unless this regulatory burden is so onerous that Amazon says uncle and starts collecting and remitting the taxes voluntarily, which they could do. Amazon has indicated that they're not interested in playing your little game. They believe that the internet is to be free of taxes, as the federal government established in 1998. So this law is actually contrary to federal law. The law that passed in 1998 banned the taxation of the internet in the United States. So it's contrary to federal law. I got a note from a friend of mine who said, I will move out of the state. I know you've heard this before. I will move out of the state the day I get a letter from the state of Colorado saying I owe taxes for internet purchases. I guarantee I won't be the only one. I'm telling you, people in Colorado are going to be ticked about this. I mean, they are going to be really, really mad when they get a letter from the Department of Revenue saying they owe sales tax for something that they purchased online. I wouldn't want to be one of you guys taking that call, because I'll be able to say, I didn't vote for that, and I stood at the microphone and I made the strong arguments against doing this because I knew how upset people would be when they got a letter from the Department of Revenue suggesting that they owe sales tax, use tax, for internet purchases. Oh yeah, I'll get yelled at too, but at least I'll be able to say, I didn't do that to you, those guys did. Think about all of the things that can be purchased at Amazon.com. I've looked. I have a Kindle too, Senator Foster, and I buy a lot of books from Amazon.com on my Kindle. You can buy groceries, washing detergent, soup, peanut butter. You actually save a lot of money purchasing peanut butter on Amazon.com. Coffee, but I don't buy my coffee from Amazon.com. I buy it directly from Costa Rica. It's really good. You can buy baby diapers. They're a little bit cheaper online. Baby food is a lot cheaper online. If you are a young parent and you're trying to save some money, you can buy your baby food a lot cheaper online. Guess what? It's almost half price. So Senator Heath, it's really not the sales tax that drives people to purchase online. It's the overall savings. Let's use another example. This from Joe Handel's story in Durango Herald. Denver, the list price for Dan Brown's latest Masonic mystery, The Lost Symbol, is $29.95 at the Colorado Bookstore, plus 86 cents in sales tax. At Amazon.com, The Lost Symbol sells for $12. Now, I have bought quite a few books from Amazon.com, and I know this is a great marketing gimmick that they have, by the way. If you buy $25 or more worth of their stuff, no shipping charges. So you actually buy 2 books. You always buy 2 books or 3 books, whatever it takes to get you over that $25 hump so that you can avoid the shipping. It's a brilliant exercise in behavioral economics. And speaking of behavioral economics, let's go back to point number 1. People are going to be exceptionally mad when they find out you have changed the rules on them with this bill, if you succeed. Because the other thing that's going to happen with this bill is you're going to be challenged in court almost immediately. You're actually not going to collect any money. You're going to cost the state of Colorado money. We're going to have to defend against this lawsuit because this will be the suit that decides whether or not states can tax the internet. This is the challenge to Quill. Yeah, you think, I don't know how much luck we think we're going to have challenging this one in the Roberts Court. We're going to lose. It's going to be phantom money, balancing a fake budget, and we're going to kick this can a little bit further down the road like all of these bills do. This can is so dented now from being booted down the road for about 1.5 years that I'm surprised it can even roll now. Vote no on this bill.
Senator Heath.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senator Brophy.